Wouldn't it be great to have an army of experts helping you to develop meaningful lessons for your students? Good news, you do. This webinar will provide you with an overview of a new curriculum-based resource called The Science of Food. Using existing resources and expertise from Egg Farmers of Canada and the Canadian Sugar Institute, this program is classroom-ready and is designed to help your students make healthier choices in their lives. Hi, I'm Linda Miller, Education Specialist with Concerned Children's Advertisers, and I'm very excited to be introducing you to this new resource and to be your guide for this webinar. The webinar will be housed on this website for you to revisit at any time. And also at any point during the webinar, you can click on the Science of Food link to the right on the screen to immediately access this free new program. And if you want to access this webinar in printed form with my speaker's notes, please click on the Speaker Note link under this section. There are two parts to this webinar. Part 1 is designed to give you some background on this new resource. Specifically, we want to provide you with a brief overview of our education tool, how the new Science of Food resource fits within this tool, and who this resource came from, in this case the nutritionists at the Egg Farmers of Canada. In 2010, Concerned Children's Advertisers launched a microsite designed to help kids make healthier choices when faced with compelling messages from the media. The site has resources for educators, kids, and parents through curriculum-based lesson plans that support the health and media literacy strands in a downloadable PDF format, interactive, fun, online educational games and activities, and tips, tools, and strategies for parents in a downloadable PDF format. The Science of Food is a new addition to the Long Live Kids microsite. Under the umbrella of helping kids to make healthier choices, this resource is designed to support curriculum strands of science, health, social studies, family studies, and physical education. Specifically, this new resource takes a look at the importance of food and nutrition from a scientific viewpoint. At any time, you can click on the Science of Food icon to the right and access the materials. Now let's take a look at the great resources created by the experts at Egg Farmers of Canada. In part 2 of this webinar, I will provide you with details of this comprehensive resource, show you how you can use it to engage your students in exciting hands-on activities, and demonstrate how it will help you to address your curriculum learning objectives while teaching your students some important information that will help them to make smart and informed decisions about their overall health. Let's take a look. Like the Canadian Sugar Institute, Egg Farmers of Canada have produced some exceptional resources for creative learning. This resource will take your students on an exploration of food energy and will help your students learn more about this amazing food, the egg. There are 3 missions, and each mission is tied to the curriculum. Most of us think that eggs are just very simple little white oval breakfast options. In fact, there are so many interesting and important things to learn about eggs that will not only surprise you and your students, but will help them to understand how eggs play a role in providing important nutrients for growing bodies. Each mission includes the following: an overview, teaching and learning strategies, a case study, and fun activities. And don't forget that at any time you can click on the Science of Food icon to the right of the screen and access these materials. In mission number 1, production, your students will be presented with many facts about egg production on the modern Canadian farm. Having these facts will assist them in making informed choices about food and informing opinions on food-related issues. This mission consists of 3 comprehensive and interactive lesson plans. Each lesson plan begins with a quick and easy quiz to familiarize students with pertinent facts and vocabulary. This is followed by more challenging activities requiring some research, group work, and class presentations. In lesson number 1, students will become aware of egg farming practices and the progress that's been made in egg production methods over the years. They will analyze the changes on the farm and determine how these changes have impacted the farmer, the hens, and the eggs. In lesson number 2, students will gain an understanding of the egg grading process in its many stages. They will experience the flow of a food product through a sophisticated system by identifying the key elements in this process and understanding the importance of each. The third lesson focuses on important information about how to keep eggs safe from bacteria from the moment they are laid by the hen to the time they are eaten by the consumer, and will provide your students with information such as what the official Canada grade stamp is, what a best before date means, and important nutrition facts. In Mission 2, Cooking, students will become aware of the versatility and wide use of eggs in our daily food preparation. This mission is comprised of 2 lesson plans which explore the usefulness of eggs and will provide students with easy cooking techniques. In lesson number 1 of this mission, your students will be introduced to the many functional properties of eggs and will discover how to store and handle eggs to ensure their quality and safety. In the second lesson of this mission, students will discover how easy it is to cook with eggs. After learning egg cooking techniques and tips, students will develop their own egg recipe and use their recipe to create a meal plan and prepare a meal. Are you hungry yet? To finish off, Mission 3, Nutrition, looks at eggs in terms of the nutrition they provide for growing bodies. This mission is comprised of 2 lesson plans which explore nutrition information on food labels and the role of essential nutrients in maintaining good health. As Canadian students grow increasingly independent of their families, sometimes shopping and cooking for themselves, they adopt the responsibility for their own eating habits. To make informed, healthy food choices, in lesson number 1, students need to acquire nutrition knowledge and develop skills related to personal decision-making. Students will use the nutrition information sources on food labels to determine the nutritional value of foods, compare products, and make informed food choices. There is much discussion today about how our health is affected by the foods we eat. With so much nutrition information available, it's important for students to begin to make their own choices about food based on sound information. In lesson number 2, students learn about the role of essential nutrients in maintaining good health. They also learn practical information about fat, calories, and cholesterol, and the positive role played by these nutrients in the body. Concerned Children's Advertisers understands that childhood overweight and obesity is an extremely complex issue that requires a multitude of solutions to impact positive change. These resources from the Egg Farmers of Canada provide an important component to help children understand the science behind the foods we eat and how this helps them to grow and stay healthy. To access this great resource, you can click on the link to the right of your screen, or you can access it through any of these touch points. The Science of Food also includes lesson plans developed by experts at the Canadian Sugar Institute. To find out more about this resource, click on the Canadian Sugar Institute webinar, or click on the Science of Food link on the right of your screen. And don't forget the other resources that we have housed on the website for you. You will find games and activities for kids, lesson plans for educators, and parents' tips, tools, and strategies that will help you to teach your students how to make important life choices about their health, today and in the future. As a teacher in the elementary system with so many expectations and outcomes to deliver, resources like the Canadian Sugar Institute's Nature's Sweet Mystery and the Egg Farmers of Canada's Get Crackin' Teaching module really help us to feel confident that we are delivering research and scientifically based information to our students in an informative and engaging way. Pass along this valuable information to your colleagues and get them to log on to our Long Live Kids website. There are so many great lesson plans and activities housed on this site that will not only make your life easier, but will also engage your learners in promoting lifelong, healthy choices to eat smart, move more, and be media wise. Thanks for joining me today, and please check our website regularly as we have some really exciting new initiatives unfolding in the next few months. Until then, keep those kids eating smart, moving more, and making smart choices about the media they consume. As Joseph Albers reminds us, good teaching is more a giving of right questions than a giving of right answers. Happy teaching.